If you're getting more spam than usual into your email account lately, you might be a victim of a security breach that is affecting millions of people. It all centers around the Dallas-based company called Epsilon. They're the world's largest permission-based email marketer out there that sends emails for clients like Chase, Citibank, Target, and Best Buy, some big names. Well, somebody hacked into their system. They got the names and email addresses of anyone who does business online with those clients. And that's what makes this breach a little different. The hackers can now fish for information. They look like legitimate companies actually trying to do business with you. And that could make customers more likely to reveal vulnerable personal information.
That's what the concern is what's the data and what are they going to do with it? It's definitely something to be concerned about, but not something that's going to ruin somebody's life. Make sure that the link...
We're taking this further tonight. John Klein is Associate Director of Academic Systems at Grand Valley State University. John, thanks so much for your time. We were just talking about how sophisticated this breach, notwithstanding, this stuff is really, really slick.
The hackers are getting sneakier and sneakier. Basically, the emails you may receive in a phishing scam or any other type of message that would try to get your personal information from you are very sophisticated and will look like they came from your institution. Best recommendations at this point is if you get those messages, make sure they came from your institution. If you should click on the link within the message, make sure it did take you to your institution, not a fake site. Look for the security symbols in your message. Make sure you got the little lock symbol or other symbols in your web browser to make sure that you have gotten to the site you expect to get to. If you feel unsure, then type in the address yourself rather than clicking on the link in the email. Most institutions will not ask you for personal information. They won't ask you to identify yourselves. They won't tell you, you won't get a message from them saying, we need to update our files on you.
Yeah, that brings up a good point, John, because I was wondering if there's any onus on those credit card companies or these big name businesses to clarify a little bit the way they do business or what you can expect from these companies. Should you expect an email? Should you be expected to be solicited online? Is there any onus on these companies?
In most cases, the companies will state right up front, we will not solicit that information from you online. I've gotten a couple of messages from some of the names you've mentioned already. Basically it says, we will not ask you for your information online. We will, if we need that information from you, we will contact you via U.S. mail or by phone.
You mentioned some of the things to look for when you're perhaps curious if this is a legitimate email or not. There's a little lock in the address bar or the URL address bar on your computer. There's also an S for the security link for the HTTP. Is that some of the stuff
those are things you should always
to know that it's secure?
Yes, you should always look for those items. Those items will tell you it's secure. You can also click on that little lock and it will tell you which site it belongs to and who the owner of that site is.
Yeah, it's all about getting a little educated and
education and just being careful and being aware of what you're doing online.
Yeah. Even though it may have the logo, too, of the company and that kind of stuff, don't take it for granted. It could be a sophisticated scam.
Very sophisticated.
John Klein, Associate Director of Academic Services at GVSU. We appreciate your time tonight. Thanks, John.
You're welcome.